Check out our website, mcenow.com, where you'll find news, training, events, and opportunities you can start using right now to positively transform your personal economy. From the start, Money Changes Everything, this economic literacy platform, has put forth a few overarching messages. One of those messages has been to emphasize the need for people to establish multiple streams of income. We have been given an abundance of empirical evidence over the last few months about the importance of that. We've seen millions of Americans, tens of millions at the high point, of Americans unemployed, lose their livelihood through no fault of their own, separated from their only, in most cases, their only source of income. We've seen tens of thousands, at least, of small businesses go out of business. Large corporations are laying people off or reducing their wage. Boeing, for example, some of their employees, they're taking their wage down by 20%. Look at your earnings from last year and then slice off 20%. That's significant. So, what we want to do is continue to advance this message of establishing multiple streams of income. Now, we've been talking about this for years. It's not just until recently that we got so much evidence that backs us up on this. So, how do you do it? Well, first of all, there are some aspects of establishing multiple streams of income that initially may seem uncomfortable because we as a society have been programmed into a specific paradigm. And that paradigm is go to college, graduate, get a job. And that really hasn't worked well for 3 or 4 decades, a career. That really hasn't worked well for a lot of people since the 80s, but we're still pushing that notion. Okay, so let's start talking about how we actually go about establishing multiple streams of income. This is going to be one in a series of videos about this subject. I don't know how many, but this is number one. So let's first start talking about multi-level marketing. Now, I know when I use that term, some people are just automatically, did you get a little twinge of programming that kicked in from the matrix that turned you off when you heard MLM or multi-level marketing? Did you immediately think scheme? All right, let's talk about the facts. First of all, multi-level marketing is a legal business structure. Direct sales is a structure of business whereby a product or service is sold and a distributor has an option of recruiting other distributors whereby they will take a portion of the sales production of that recruit and it will kick up to the person that recruited them. Now, this is the same type of thing. This is the exact same way it works in corporate America. I used to work for a large telephone company, telecommunications company, and they had sales reps. And the sales reps would go out and sell. And of course, whatever they sold, they get a percentage of it, but the larger percentage was kicked up to the company. Okay, this is how things work. So direct sales or multi-level marketing is a bona fide way of making money and building a business. Now, how do you identify a multi-level marketing structure that makes sense? Well, there are a few ways to do that. And not everything is created equal. So you have, for example, some MLMs that focus solely on recruiting, okay? That's not something that you want to be involved with because there has to be a product or a service behind whatever it is that this company is organized to do. There has to be something that the public wants to buy. If the main thrust of a company is recruitment and there is no product or service, or if you have to buy the product or service and there's some arrangement where you are on the hook for purchasing a monthly allotment or whatever this product or service is, I would be skeptical about that. Okay, but if on the other hand there is an arrangement whereby there's just a product or service and you can sell it and you can recruit if you choose to, then that usually is a structure that is much more palatable and fit for the long run. Now, a lot of people will compare multi level marketing companies to pyramid schemes. Let's just be frank about it. Pyramids are illegal. It's actually a federal crime to organize a pyramid. So if you've got a company out there that is advertising, that is incorporated and all that good stuff, the chances are that it is not a pyramid, because they'd have the FBI knocking at their corporate office door one morning, because that's illegal. Now, let's talk about the structure of a pyramid. We all know how a pyramid actually looks. Every organization that I can think of is organized in that way. The U.S. military has people on the top, and then it has structures that spread out as you go down the ranks. The company you may work for, or any company you know, who makes your cell phone, that company has a person at the top, the CEO, and he or she has some executives working under them. Then there's some directors. Then there's some, managers, and then there are the associates. It spreads out from there. Your church is organized in a pyramid. You have your God, and then maybe you have some like angels, and then maybe some saints, and then there are the ministers, the deacons, the parishioners. Most things in this world are organized. Most human organizations are set up in that structure. So don't let, because you work for a pyramid in terms of the hierarchy and structure. So don't let the shape turn you off to an opportunity. Again, look at it and see if there's a product or service behind it. And if the focus is, if you're able to recruit, then that's one thing. If you are required, then that's another. Look at the product or service that's being marketed, and then make your decision from there. Now, let me leave you with this. Someone that I know you've heard of his name, Warren Buffett. He owns this company called Pampered Chef. You might have heard of Pampered Chef. Anyway, this is a cake decorator that my wife purchased from Pampered Chef. We had a lady come over, and she threw a party in our house, and we invited friends, and she sold some Pampered Chef stuff. And this is good stuff. I don't decorate cakes, but I do use some of the other cookware. It's great stuff. Warren Buffett owns Pampered Chef. Pampered Chef is a multi-level marketing company. So you probably have someone in your life that's saying, hey, multi-level marketing, it's a scheme, it's a pyramid, don't get involved. But then you have Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, who actually owns the Pampered Chef, a direct sales multi-level marketing company. Warren Buffett also owns Kirby Vacuum Cleaners. My wife used to work for Kirby way back in the day when she was in college. They're a multi-level marketing business. They also own Encyclopedia Britannica, which again is organized as a multi-level marketing business. Warren Buffett owns these. Now, Warren Buffett, that Berkshire Hathaway stock is through the roof. One share of the A-class stock is over $300,000, one share. So they've got to be doing something right. Warren Buffett believes in this business structure, and it is something that you may want to entertain in order to create an additional stream of income. There are no get-rich-quick schemes, okay? Maybe lottery, or if you hit it big in Vegas, maybe. But if you work any legally structured business that has a good product or service that people need, if you work it 9 times out of 10, if you follow the processes of the business, that's another thing about most MLMs. They have structures in place. And if you follow those, the chances are that you will make money. Now, I'm not promising you that you're going to be driving around in a Ferrari, but you can organize an additional stream of income. All right. And you can take that money and do things with it, like save it for a rainy day, build up your emergency fund. And you may even decide that you want to recruit and build a real business where you can be otherwise occupied while people are generating money for themselves, and a portion of it is going to you. That is how capitalism works. So, I hope you've gotten a lot out of this. If you have any questions about multi level marketing, just put them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. The main problem with multi level marketing is that it's just strictly misunderstood. People don't know how it truly works, and, so it gets a bad rap. But Warren Buffett believes in it, so I think that should allay some of your fears. This has been Tyrone Keys. Remember, you can unlock prosperity with me, Keys.